Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this Physical in Tokyo, coming at you with some more Binding to Isaac Afterbirth Plus, baby. Why does it say like we've got no bitrate? I don't even know what is that? I don't know what that means. I don't know what file we're using. Was it this one? It probably was. Let's just go with it. It's got a continued slot on it. I probably fucked something up. I usually do. Really? Oh, 'cause you are a jerk. Look at you, just, coming back to life like an asshole. That's not called... This is also not called... I am... Oof. Wow, we are starting off to a banger. A banger? Is that... No, I don't think that's how we want to phrase that, but... Oh, we got Abel, though. I mean, we're lighting it all on fire. Everything is, all systems are go. We've got great hair. Like, you know, you can't, say that we don't have great hair, because that would be a lie. You know, let's use Abel a little bit here to maybe... This sucks, yo! This sucks! Like, Abel sucks! My god, why is this item even? Give me some damage. Holy shit. Look at our damage. It is trash. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. God, we're gonna die. This is the shittiest start. I mean, surely we've had a start to a stream as bad as this one, but this feels so shitty. This is like the worst. I'm in such a good mood too. I don't think this is fair. Honestly, I think they should be more gentle with us so as to preserve our good mood. I feel like that would be the fairest of them all, who is not me. Oh, thanks, Abel. Thanks for getting rid of the fucking fire there. That was really helpful of you, Abel. You douchebag. Oh my god, we're gonna die to Little Horn. And we're gonna die to, like, Little Horn spit. Abel's gonna knock a bomb into us. I know it. Oh, this is shit. Oh, this is such shit. Oh my god. We almost walked right into Little Horn. Fuck you, Little Horn. You're so cute. I love you, but I need you to just die. It's a box. It's a box full of stuff. Why the fuck? Oh, great. I'm drowsy. Give me that shop key. That'll help. That'll save us. I don't know. Maybe you'll be the one to save me? Fucking Wonderwall? Is that like... I feel like I've heard at least 3 or 4 different folks whinging about Wonderwall recently, and I don't know why. Like, is that song... It should be gone by now. It's freaking 30 years old and it's trash. I know, super hot take, but Wonderwall's kind of garbage, and I don't know why anybody would be concerned with it anymore. Like, have we not left that in the 90s / early 2000s? Are there still folks breaking out Wonderwall at campfires across the nation? None of that's gonna save us. We need like something. We're already on, like, we're only on the 2nd floor, and already we need something. Oh, Alice, lovely to see you. How you doing tonight? Hopefully slightly less on your plate. I noticed that there's a new Gemini, and I need to listen to it. I haven't had, like, an extended period sitting down where I could actually focus on it. But it is, it's on the platter of things I want to do. I hate that that's where I am. It feels so whingy. Oh, come on, game. I watched... Oh, was it good? It was a movie. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that that's... just, you know, okay. Is, I guess, what we're going with there? not something that's gonna set the world on fire? Was it at least enjoyable? I don't have any, what's the word I want? Like, I don't have any particular investment in it, but, like, I kind of would like to see it, because I've heard people talk about it. I think the way I watch movies just goes against how that movie is meant to be watched. That's interesting. But I can dig that. Like, if you have a way that you engage with media that is just, like, not how it's set up to be engaged with, it's probably gonna have a lot harder time really kind of getting into it and enjoying it. Which I feel like I've said just the most obvious thing right there. I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, it's very obviously to be watching Dark Room alone, and I mostly watch movies with my movie group, which Ludo's a part of, and it's a group of 3 friends who make jokes about movies, which honestly sounds like a great way to watch movies. But I could see how if the movie is even a little bit self-serious, which is not always a bad thing, but if a movie's even a little bit self-serious, it's probably gonna not survive contact with that kind of audience. The Magician. We got it. I'm gonna have to take a deal with the devil, and I don't know if I want to, but the devil compels me. But mostly because we're gonna eat shit if we don't power up. What is the... This is not gonna save our ass, but so be it. What's like the general genre / tone? Because I've heard that it's like one of those movies where it's advisable not to know very much about it. So I haven't like really dug into it, but I would kind of like to know. Have you seen Marble Hornets? I know of Marble Hornets, but I have not in fact seen it. I feel like I was just listening to somebody talk the other day about Marble Hornets. Maybe in praise of Shadows? It's that type of YouTube horror, but as an hour-long movie. Okay. I mean, an hour long isn't too much of a time investment for that kind of shenanigans. Is it very openly surreal like Local 58, or is it not a lot actually happening on frame, like, I don't know, like Paranormal Activities? Is it found footage? Because I don't know if I need found footage in my life. I have seen Wreck. I feel like I've seen the Apotheosis. Ludo called it Paranormal Activity for A24 heads, actually. Oh my god, okay. Well, that, I think that tells me what I need to know about it. If you see Ludo before I do, thank them for their elucidation? I don't know words tonight. And that's okay, but Hopefully my words are not too not functional. Oh, I'm not even watching this in mod mode. And by watching, I mean I don't have mod mode on the side, and I need to change that. So, as soon as I clear this room, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to catch if, ooh, I do like the lighter. I won't be able to, allow things through the auto mod. Have you seen the Japanese guy who just makes found footage stuff? His movies are pretty good. I don't know. Like, okay, I'm familiar with those movies. I have not seen those, but I have a feeling that I've probably seen like bits and pieces of some of his work. See, just another reason that I can be kind of cheesed off that the video store closed, because the video store had both of those, and I could have rented them. Oh my god. Poor Sadako. Poor Kayako. Like, it's very much Batman Dark Knight's situation, where like if you survive long enough, you'll live to see yourself become the crappy movie. I don't know. There's a way to make that metaphor work. Because they were already villains, so you can't say you'll live long enough to see yourself become a villain, but you'll live long enough to see yourself relegated to utter trash. Doesn't Sadako and Kayako have, like, Sadako climbing out of a giant billboard? Like a billboard TV screen, and she's big? She's like kaiju size? Oh my god! I'm gonna have to watch that. I feel like I need to watch that very badly. It's a very silly on purpose movie. I appreciate those kind of films though. They can be a lot of fun. They aren't always, but they can be. To be honest, it's like Freddy vs. Jason, but what if it's actually fun? I agree with you on that. Well, I mean, I agree with the implied statement in that statement that Freddy vs. Jason really wasn't any fun. I feel like that's one of the points that one of the movies I really disagree with Scaredy Cat Mildred's take on. Yo, wait. What happened? Oh my god, I never went back for the frickin' stars card. Oh, I am... Oh, Hive! It is you! How you doing? I hope really well. Got thrown off by the daylight... Ooh. Y'all do the silly daylight savings time thing too. I can't vibe with Mildred's takes on horror, to be honest. That's fair enough. I guess I vibe with their enthusiasm. You now start at 10 PM instead of 9 PM, and I forgot and was like, guess no stream today. Oh my gosh. I feel really bad now, Hive. I mean, not about you forgetting, but that you were left with, wondering as to what the status of the stream. My interest and taste in horror are just different from theirs, which is fine. Yeah, like, I think it's fairly healthy to be able to acknowledge. It's just like, yeah, it's not gonna agree on every take. But I really don't agree with their Freddy versus Jason take. Like, yeah, the over-the-top Royal Rumble bit at the end is, like, it is very much Freddy versus Jason, but, they're, I guess it's any pronouns, they are very invested in Freddy vs. Jason. Honestly thinking that it's a good movie, and I just can't with that. Not hot takes. They're not hot takes, but I'm trying to remember now. I know that they say that the kills aren't very boring. The kills aren't very good, except for the first one with the mattress. And some of the humor didn't age well. I don't think that they said that the movie itself was boring. But they did really, really, really like that fight at the end. And that apparently just elevated the whole thing for them. It spins its wheels for, yeah, an interminably long time. It does not need to go for as long as it does to get where it's going. Not in a good... I feel like these are very different genre, though. Like, I don't know if those are... You can really compare the two? Alright, we can't keep skipping item rooms because that's going to be deleterious to our long-term health. And I am invested in my long-term health. I didn't need to come to this room. This was fuelish. The major complaint about Godzilla 2014 is it's a 2.5 hour long movie with 20 minutes worth watching at the end. Freddy vs. Jason is no Jason X. I want Jason X to be so much better than it actually is. Jason X, like, fools me every time, and I don't think that's particularly fair. Oh, you motherfuckers! Oh! 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 Really? Really? Oh, dip. I probably deserve that. I went pretty hard on the deals with the devil because we started off so so underpowered, but I didn't realize we only had one heart left. I love the biggest disagreement with you since we've met is our differences over Jason X. I love that, honestly. Like, I like the fact that we can have, like, a thing that we do disagree on that's ultimately, like, not of stakes, if that makes sense. Like, we can disagree and enjoy the fact that we disagree about it, as opposed to, like, being at each other's throats, because these are very important, like, questions of policy or rights or things like that. But no, Jason X is not a good movie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. God, we gotta get some wins. We've had 4 losses in a row. Hate it. We're gonna go with Kane, because Kane is just like, it's very smooth, very easy character to play. Jason X is no Jurassic Park. This is true. I would argue that Jason X is no Jurassic World. I don't know if that's a fair thing to say, but I would say it. Oh, thank you for not being Jupiter, because I would not have been able to stand that. Oh, come on. Really? Nobody... I'm not even going to pick them up. I'm not even going to pick up the scissors. I want nothing to do with your scissors. Every single bomb missed. Oh, Jelly Beans! I did not email you back, and I am so sorry. I sat there, and I've been like looking at the email, and every time I think to myself like, yo, you gotta email Jilly back. And I'll be like, okay, but I'll do it in like 30 minutes because I got my hands full right now, and then I'll forget. It's... I guess... Maybe... Hello, brain? Talk with words and tongue, please. I'm really glad to see you, and I'm glad you're doing well. I know that you said that you're busy. You've been busy, and that sucks. But it certainly does happen sometimes. Oh, it's Kronos! Everybody is here! I'm so glad! I am so glad that you came in and checked in. I appreciate that very, very much. Everything is just like a lot recently. We are missing 2 regulars. We are missing Holly. And I don't know. I don't know that Holly's busy. Oh, Holly! You were here, and now I don't have to worry. We were missing 1 regular. We're missing Hidunda. Yes. I had to think for a second. Because we are definitely missing Hidunda, but I wasn't sure if there was another... Soup, when Soup drops by, is usually later on in the stream. So... I came in just as we said we're missing Holly. You've got like timing of gods, and I love it. How you doing? I hope it's well. I hope all y'all are doing well, and you're not dealing with like, oh that sucked. You're not dealing with any weirdness or stress or general bullshit. I feel like I'm in one of those like periods where I get to be the bullshit sink for a little while. So hopefully that'll take some bullshit off your plates, but unfortunately also I think like coolness, bullshit is not a finite resource. Unfortunately. There might be enough bullshit for everybody. Was it D&D had another fun session. School goes back tomorrow. Thought it was today, but apparently it was a public holiday. I'm glad you got the public holiday at least. Although it does suck that you gotta go back to school. With any luck, it won't be like one of those nightmares where you've got to like give a presentation, but you're naked. Oh! The summoning worked! Also, congratulations on beating Kingdom Hearts 3, Kronos? Was it everything you wanted and or more? Is that the Kingdom Hearts where they've got like a bunch of crowd scenes, but there's no crowd in the scenes? they didn't animate like any crowd? It was certainly a game with a 3 on it. That sounds less than great. Which is even worse than less than Jake. And I don't remember less than Jake well enough to say whether or not they're particularly good or bad, so I'm just gonna go with the assumption that they're bad. I think I get why the game split the fan base in 2. It didn't split it in 3, because then it's a failure, because like you gotta do it 3. Holy says, at D&D we went back to the Slaver Island from last week with a local navy and a ship of rowdy half-orcs. The Blood Witch is having a very bad no-good day. Why you gotta be fucking with the Blood Witch, though? Unless the Blood Witch is the slaver, in which case, she needs a better side hustle. Because that shit's not cool. But otherwise, I mean, I'm pretty good with, a witch who subspecializes in phlebotomy. I think that's pretty great. There was some stuff recently about Less Than Jake? No shit! What the fuck is this timing? Also finished Tales of Berseria a while back. So that's 2 games off the list. Lovely. Are you making a concerted effort to get through your backlog? Why am I not using the devil card? Because if I don't use it, I know I'm just gonna like sit on it for the rest of the game. She and her friend tried to enslave 3 of our group, so we're taking her island and freeing the slaves. Good on ya. We support every and all anti-slavery initiatives. Wait, what? Hold on, I just read Hiruna, better than Half-Life, am I right, gay mares. Oh, gamers, I got it, I didn't know what that was supposed to mean for a second. Fair enough. It's like, isn't that French for mom? Are we talking about gay moms? In which case, like, that's great. We support the gay moms in this chat, but... Wait, I thought... MER is French for C? Isn't mare also a horse type? I mean, a pony girl could be a mom. There's no law that says you can't be the same. There's no law that says you can't do both. That's the way that should have been phrased. For anyone who doesn't know, at D&D, my level 4 group is strong enough to fight 4 level 10 enemies to a draw and get away safely with all our stuff. I mean, I am glad that you're not getting... Is the Monty Hall Dungeon Master better or worse than the Kill the Entire Party Dungeon Master? Because I feel like they both have their problems, but I feel like at least the Monty Hall Dungeon Master is trying to give a fun experience to the players. And the Kill 'em all type is more like, I'm going to show you why I'm the boss, and you all have to bend to my whims and my setup story, or else you will all perish. Please get on the railroad, choo-choo. I'm having fun with this. We're OP, but things are still a little bit challenging. This is good to hear. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, Chonky. So funny thing about Berseria I started it like 2 or 3 years ago. Then after like 5 hours, I just dropped the game. But recently my friend picked the game up and got past me, so I thought to myself, if I watched his playthrough to the end, I would never be able to play the game in good conscience, so I played the whole thing. Oh my god! Okay, but I kind of love it. I think that's kind of great. It's fitting that Kingdom Hearts 3 split the fanbase into two, because then we have a bunch of Heartless and a bunch of nobodies. I know exactly enough about Kingdom Hearts to actually get that. Sorry, I was just like amazed for a moment at Angry Fly actually being useful. It's so seldom that it works out that way. Also, DM accidentally gave the naval officer the same surname as my character, so I got character development on the way. I kinda like that. Get a little bit of accidental story. Now, why do they have to go damage me like that? I played Black Ops 3, and I know why the Call of Duty fanbase largely hates it. Is it because they don't want to examine their own biases in playing games, or they don't want those biases shoved in their face in a way that's kind of unfair because they can't really escape it without turning off the game? Which is like, yeah, you could do that, but you also did spend like $60 on the fucking thing, so I could totally see why they might want to finish it. Oh, okay, completely different. I guess every time I hear of Call of Duty Black Ops thing, I'm just gonna assume that it's that one game with the white phosphorus. I'm gonna have to roleplay. My character is a changeling who stole the identity of the Navy guy's distant cousin after finding her dead in an alley. Was it murder? Was it murder most foul? I did not need telepills. What? I did not need to do that either. I fucked everything up about that. Good me. Good me. I can't talk. Fuck me sideways. Also, I noticed that you gave us a big chunk there, Hive, and I will come back to that after the boss. Oh, fuck you, sideways game. This was not what I needed. This was not what I needed at all. I am disappointed, and it's my own fault, because I could have seen that it was telepills and just not telepilled. Alright, let me scroll up and peep this paragraph, because it looks good and chunky. Let's see. It's set in the future. It's a cyberpunk cosmic horror story about a rogue AI that was designed as the Palantir system on steroids. Wait, what if I just go to you, and then I could read the things that you said? Gaining sentience and wanting to take over anyone with wetware hardware interface, making the psychotherapy-guided meditation used by a psychiatrist on the project's illegal human test subjects as a guiding principle. Why do you make it so hard for me to scroll? Twitch. Why do you hate fun? Twitch. Live on in perpetuity after death. Okay. Why are you doing that again? It's not actually a cyberpunk cosmic horror story featuring a rogue AI, and is actually the dying dreams of the player character, but the dreams are warped recollections of another character's memory because there was some crosstalk when that character interfaced with the player character during surgery. This sounds like a fucking mess. Primary human antagonist instead of the actual person responsible for taking on the actual human antagonist makes the player character take on the role of the character and instead was the antagonist and invents a whole cloth rogue AI as the final boss. What the fuck? I feel like there's 4 or 5 different, possibly good ideas in that, and then, but I can't imagine it was done very well. Cousin was murdered by thugs. My character is laying low from the scary Brotherhood of Assassins. Hate them. They sound like assholes. After running off and abandoning her position as an apprentice. What kind of apprentice was she? Was she an apprentice to somebody cool? I want to know, like, how bad it is that she abandoned her position as an apprentice. Because it might have been the right decision. I like it, but it's a mess. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a way that you could do, like, dream narratives well in a game and not have it feel like it undercuts the entire game that you've played up to that point, but I feel like it's tough to pull off, and I don't know if I'd trust any studios to do it. The entirety of the global south, not just Venezuela. Wait, what? I feel like I missed a bit there. People went in expecting more American Fascism Simulator and got vaguely brainy cyberpunk. Okay. There's so many things happening. And I love it. She was forcibly apprenticed to a top assassin. Along with her adoptive sister, she ran off in her final trial because she refused to kill innocent people. What? Like, I mean, I guess that's a whole assassin thing, but I feel like that's kind of a shitty final trial. Also, I kind of feel like if you get Pop with Kane, if you get Peeper's Eye with Kane, I think you shouldn't be able to fire shots anymore. Because Kane's only got the one eye, and Peeper's Eye takes one of your eyes out of your head. The game actually does take the time to consistently drop hints that things aren't quite what they seem. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, you've got my baby, but she's so expensive. There's no way they're gonna give us 40 coins. Oh, piffle. I don't know if we can pick up 11 coins by the end of the floor. That's not what I need. I think the answer is no, unless we get a dime. I'm also starting the process of... Yo? Tomorrow? That's... sooner than I expected, but pretty fucking awesome. We have got all of our toes crossed. Like, even the little toe that doesn't like to move very much, I'll make it move. I'll make it cross. But I'm proud of you, Holly. I can't say that it will go well because I don't know, but I am proud of you, and I'm hoping that it does. I cannot say anything that is not fucking asinine, and I hate it. I don't want to say something asinine now. That's the worst. The plan is to talk to the good principal and see if I can get a contract there next year. If I can, then I'm starting with cluing in the staff, and then the kids much later on. That does sound like a pretty solid plan, though. Like doing it in stages, and starting with the adults, who we will hope will be actual adults about this. But this is the good school, so you figure at least the probability is a little bit better. also, now I know that you've mentioned in the past that it's kind of hard for you to be kind of out in your day-to-day life because, you know, small community, and it's possible like a parent would see you, and you've got to be concerned about that because you're not out yet. But would being out at work, because of that small community thing, would that make being out in the world easier? Because I'm really hoping that's the case. Oh, that's right, we haven't taken a deal with the devil yet. It's actually pretty good. I will avail myself of your key piece. This is how committed I am to the bit game. I'll fight Megastan. And I'll kick his ass. Sea bass? I am not 100% certain who in this situation sea bass is. Oh, is it possible? No, it's not possible, because we could get a nickel from the keeper, but we couldn't get the 6 coins that we need. Being out at work would mean that most the adults wouldn't be a problem. There'd still be kids to worry about, but I think I could get away with wearing makeup and a mask. I'm super crossing my toes for this then. Because I feel like being out in the world and just being able to be yourself without that stress and worry is really, really good for my mental health, and I'm hoping and assuming that it would also be good for yours.
Forever. Justice.
They keep on giving us Curse of the Lost. I don't think that's fair. Now we got enough for our baby, but the baby's already out of the item pool because we're past that floor. I hate it. I missed out on so much by not having social transition follow along with medical transition, but hopefully I'll be able to catch up. See, it's weird because for me it went in the opposite direction, so just another cost of having a mother, I guess. Well, having a crummy mother. I want to use a stronger word than crummy. I want you to know. It's more just that, like, I feel like that's... I don't want to take your spot on the podium. But what I was trying to figure out how to ask what I wanted to ask when you say like catch up, like what is the nuance there for you? Like what does catching up mean to you? Which still feels like a weird way to ask it, but... Oh god, stop with the bombs though. No, let's not play the beggar. And hopefully there's something cool to buy in the shop. There is not. But maybe we get some mileage out of this gift. I'm very behind on a lot of transition stuff because I'm gated behind not wearing the right clothes. I feel like I could learn a lot more very quickly after being out. Okay, I could dig that. With the telepills. It's always with the telepills. I need them not. I need a tears up, is what I need. If you could, game, if you could see it in your heart to, like, hook my ass up, that would be cool. I would not complain about being hooked up my ass with... I kind of knew that phrasing wasn't going to go anywhere, but I just kind of wanted to throw it against the wall anyways. See, you know, I'm glad you're there to catch me when I fall. You're all very sweet. I don't know, I cannot emote, I think. I think this is just gonna be one of those nights where just nothing comes out of my mouth with the same degree of feeling that it's in my heart. And that's frustrating, but it does happen. I did have like a lot of talking today, so that kinda adds to it. I had to spend the day hanging out with my Tokyo friend, and we didn't do nothing but just walk around and talk for 3 hours, and it was pretty darn cool. I had a really good time. But it is possible that I used up, like, all of my functioning among people points. Because I feel, like, just dysfunctional. I used to do that with a friend until we just didn't do that anymore. I hate that. I mean, I'm glad that you got the experience of it when you did. But... it sounds so sad. I don't even think they live in the city anymore. That's... I mean, it's a pretty valid reason to lose touch with somebody. Oh yay, it's Friend Finder. This will surely be great for us. I'm sure this won't become confusing at all. I do appreciate the fact that Friend Finder just, like, barfs up little enemies for us to play with. I think that's really chill of them. I think it's chill and or sweet. Or not friend finder, but this like particular enemy that we're working with right now. Can't remember the last time I talked to someone willingly. I'm assuming you mean like with your actual mouth parts. Cause like you talk with us a lot. Which I appreciate, by the way. I don't want that to come off like it's unappreciated. Like, going to the doctor doesn't count. Well, I suppose. I mean, you talk with your mom, though. You do talk with your mom? Why does everything want to kill my friends? I don't appreciate that. She's mostly out, but yes, I do occasionally. Okay. Mostly because I remember that you've got a fairly decent relationship. Or at least you had the last time that we talked about you mentioning your mom. So, would be kind of sad if that had changed. Game, I saved my money all this time, and you give me trash. Why do you do that? My friends and I are gonna roll up on you, and you're gonna be very unhappy about that. I think, at the end of the day, your unhappiness will be delicious. Now, to the extent that you want to answer, and I would understand if you do not, but is talking to people something that you would like to do more of? Or are you pretty okay being relatively solitary? Because I can go, I mean, I've got this as an outlet, but I can go either way. And there are periods where I definitely just like, no, I neither need nor want to communicate in meat space. Oh, I'm down here. See, this is the problem with Friend Finder, is that I always forget, like, which of the many characters on the screen is me. My socially hi, I can talk. My socially anxious ass won't allow for either, though? I hate that. I can't even be like, oh, you don't got nothing to be socially anxious about, because, like, I'm quite often in the same boat. I mean, I could say that you don't got nothing to be socially anxious about, because, like, in a practical sense, probably neither of us do, but in an actual experience of the situation sense, it's like, oh, I can completely dig that. Like, I understand that feeling very, very well. And it sucks. I hate that for you. It often takes me a year plus to get comfortable enough with someone to talk with them honestly. Again, something, Holly, that I can like totally see. Do you do the thing where, like, you'll overshare as an avoidance technique? Where, like, you've got like a slate of stories that you're willing to go on about to give the impression that you're talking, but they're not emotionally close enough to you, like the stories themselves, that you feel like you're making that level of connection. Until then, it's mask a cloud. I'll overshare as an everything technique. Oh, Holly. Oh, Holly love. We should team up. Our enemies would never get a word in edgewise. I'll especially overshare because I feel like I'm more comfortable with context. You're like basically my antipodian twin. Not the sense that like you're my opposite, but that you are my twin who lives in the antipode. That's the right word, right? Southern Hemisphere is antipode? In geography, the antipode of any spot on Earth is the point on Earth's surface diametrically opposite to it. Oh, foo. Well, we're not diametrically oppositely positioned on the globe. We're just in different hemispheres. And I mean, I imagine that there's probably a good word for that in German, but I do not speak German. I cannot even say there are eels in my hovercraft. Points of origin might be. That's possible. I should pull out an old globe and see what the diametric opposite point of Virginia is. That would actually be kind of interesting. And then I could find my psychic rival and track them down, and then we could, I don't know, there'd be like a big, it'd be like there'd be a tournament arc, and I imagine at some point we would discover that we have more similarities than differences, and we'd then have to like team up to fight the bigger bad. Something like that. I don't know that it would be a fighting tournament arc unless it was one of those ones where like there are extremely alternate battle systems and anything could be a battle system. Like you would have the world's top chef, and that would somehow influence their fighting style, and they would then be fighting, say, I don't know, the best origami folder in West Texas, perhaps? Because the origami folder would have to be like a cowboy. I feel like that would be very important to the entire scene. they were playing one of those deals where it's like, oh, you expected the cowboy to be like all rough and tumble, and while she is all rough and tumble, she's also got this like very precise, delicate side to her where she does origami. It sounds like a tournament version of Danganronpa. I thought Danganronpa was just like, the tournament was how well they could lie so that they didn't get shot. I may be misunderstanding Danganronpa, and that's, you know, would not be the first time. But I thought that was how that worked. I really want my origami folding cowboy now. Danganronpa is filled with everyone who excels in a particular area. Well, I was gonna say slap my ass and call me Susan, but I would appreciate if nobody did that. But I have learned a new thing today, because I thought that, I honestly thought it was just like a lot of sad kids who forgot something, and something turned out to be a murder, and they had to figure out who the murderer was, and if they fucked up, somebody would die. Which I guess the one doesn't preclude the other. Oh shit, that's right, we got backpack. I'm imagining a big scene where someone's looking for a high screw and is introduced to the best origami folder, whose literal manila folder that talks in a Boston accent. That also works. I think they could get some mileage out of that idea. Or perhaps kilometer-lich? Maybe not kilometer-lich. I don't think that's how that word is said. It chews up paper and spits out works of art. Oh my god. This needs to be a thing. We need to get, like, Studio Trigger on this stat. I don't know if Studio Trigger is in fact the right studio for this project. They're the only studio that's not Ghibli that I know is still doing things and not busted for tax evasion. Oh, now you give us the tears up. Game, like, why though? Sharks have no bones, and instead are composed of skeletons of flexible and durable cartilage. A marine fact that I actually know. I kinda love it. It is so rare.
Tears. Range.
Imagine a character sneaking into the heist location carrying the folder, and the folder is also wearing a disguise. Would it have like a little domino mask, like drawn on in big pen? Because I feel like that could be a thing. Alright, let's go beat the ever-living snot out of Megastan. Oh, slick! Found a shortcut. Oh, Nisco, why would you stand right there? That's not the right move. The one problem with this run is we don't seem to have, like, we've got all these great items, but I feel like they just don't have a punch to them. Excuse me.
48-hour and
Oh, I do not want Shiketsu. I was thinking a mustache and glasses along with a bit of tape over the origami stamp on its front. That you could make that work. Would it try to, like, would it try to mask its Boston accent with, like, a stereotypical faux French accent? Because I feel like that could be a thing. Not a particularly good thing, but like a thing. Not the thing. I need to watch The Thing again. Oh, we've lost like all of our cool people. I hate that for us. Gray nurse sharks are very sweet and gentle, and I love them. Oh, that's a special Holly fact. Wait, your girlfriend's from Boston? Oh my god, does she do like the Boston accent? I love it. Ask her where she's gonna park her car. Oh, I fucking love it. I love that that phrase in particular is the one that Boston is known for. She's extremely Massachusetts core. Fuck. I kind of love this whole appending core to the end of everything. I find that amusing as fuck. But I don't think I would have ever expected Massachusetts core. I will say I do like the Boston accent. It's fun in a way. Oh, it's a great accent. I appreciate any accents that are very distinct. Like, give me the pronounced accents. I may struggle with actually understanding them, but I do love them. Because as we all know, I do not have an accent. And yes, I know that's bullshit, but... She lives in Salem. Okay. I guess she could still be cool. I have nothing against Salem. I don't have an accent, I have multiple. See, I think that's not fair. I think maybe you have stolen my accent, Hive. If you say Rise Up Lights real fast, it turns into a bit of an Aussie accent saying razor blades. Huh? I have only an accent for the people that can notice accents. Do you mean like within Portugal or just at all? Why are we doing such little damage? Like, this is taking way longer than it should, and we've eaten way more damage than we ought to have done. Like, we might actually die just because we're not getting shit off the screen fast enough. I'm gonna catch you up in just a second, Alice, because I'm struggling with this fight, just a touch. Oh god. Now, part of the reason is because I'm not paying attention to any of the enemies with lasers, and that's not good. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Bisco, you can't with this. Not if you want to win, which I'm only partially invested in, but I would, I'd like to win. I do appreciate that the laser, like, kicks our bombs way the fuck out, so we don't have to worry about getting close to set them. Because usually it's a real pain in the ass to use bombs against Mega Stan, because you gotta be right in his face. Nice! Oh good, they did not give us the Delirium Portal, because, Deli-chan would have kicked our ass. What have I missed? Alice isn't speaking English. Everyone assumes I'm a million different things, from Scottish to Russian. That's, that's a pretty wide range. Holly has been practicing pitch so much, my Adam's apple is a full half-inch higher naturally, and my voice is just higher now. That just blows my mind. Like, I love the idea that you can do noticeable body mod just by, like, vocal training. I don't know why that trips my trigger so much, but it super duper does. I am going to take a really quick pause now because I want to, do the break stuff, have a stretch, have a smoke, see if I can dredge up whatever neurons are connecting or not connecting to the ability to project emotion, and see if I can get those, like, wired back in, because that would be nice. I would feel a lot less weird if I sounded the way I felt. But give me my 5 minutes, and I will be back. We are now back. Oh, soup! I was on my break. It's all good. Let me just catch up what I missed. Been practicing pitch so much my Adam half is a full half. Okay, so I caught that one. Alice says the lesson I learned speaking to Anglos. The Anglos can't tell the accents of non-native English speakers. Yeah. Trying to get to sit under my chin so it's never seen again. Tried out some voice recording for the first time, and the difference is huge. That is pretty fucking cool. I'm rooting for you, yo. I am this. Yes, we are here, and you are here, and welcome. I hope you are doing exceptionally well tonight. Hope life ain't giving you no more stress than you feel like you can deal with, which, admittedly, sometimes can be a tall order, but hopefully not too tall an order for you right now. We finally got a win in Isaac, and it was glorious. I mean, it was a win. Glorious might be a strong word for it. Oh, Holly, thank you so much for dropping by tonight. I wish you very best of luck with tomorrow, because it is a big day. And I know that you got this. I did not need to come into that room. That room was a mistake. I was mistook. Oh, Bandit, how you doing? Oh, everybody's coming in. I love it. Love to see it. Hopefully life is going well for you as well. Oh, pills. Oh, I hate it so much. We are on one black heart, and that is, as the kids say, kind of a fucking problem. Kinda not great. I'm doing... Oh, Hive, you're going off as well? Please sleep well tonight, Hive. Always lovely to have you. And we will, with luck, catch you on Thursday. I started a couple new things. Love to hear it. Hopefully they go smoothly for you. Life is going interesting for me. Not bad, but definitely interesting. I've been dealing with the doctor, and he's kinda not. I don't know. I got feelings about the Japanese medical system, particularly as it intersects with trans people, and my doctor's kinda weird. Doctors are fun. I feel like I wished on the monkey's paw, because what I was worried was that this was going to be a very, confrontational type of relationship, and I was going to have to constantly, push and fight and advocate for what I needed, and I was really stressed about that possibility. And instead, I seem to have gotten the exact opposite, where I have to apparently design my treatment regimen without any real input from my doctor, and it's kind of weird, and I'm not an endocrinologist, so it's kind of a lot. Monkey's paws are certainly things I should have known better, apparently. He asked me, this man asked me. So first off, he didn't, when I asked him when I asked him about Spiro, and because it hadn't gotten brought up, and I thought maybe he was just waiting for my test results to come back to see where my T level was to start with, and whether or not going on androgen blockers would be the best thing for me. But we got to getting the appointment and he still hadn't mentioned it. And so I'm like, oh, you know, so talk to some of my trans friends, and you know, they talk about androgen blockers and how it's kind of part of the HRT deal. And he's like, oh yeah, Spiro, do you want to be on that? And I was just kind of like, you're asking me, were you waiting for me to suggest it? Like, isn't that kind of your job? And he's like, oh, well, to do that, well, we could do that. Like, I could definitely put you on Spiro, but we'd have to test for your testosterone first. And I was like, bitch, what? You did not do that to start with when you did the blood test the last time? Because you know, you would think if you're on a therapy that's replacing one hormone with the other, you would probably want to know the starting levels of both hormones, particularly the one that you're actually replacing, you know, just to design a regimen. But apparently they had not done that. So I went in yesterday. I got another set of blood work done where they took a ton of fucking blood. Like, way more than they did the first time. Like, I was kind of wondering if they were gonna put it in like a milkshake and fucking drink it. Cause it was a lot. And so we're talking, and so he's like, oh, so the Spiro, like, what, you know, what dose do you want to be on? And I'm like, again, you're the professional. Like, I don't even know the dosage ranges, so maybe you could give me some of your expert opinion here, and we could work from that as a starting point. I feel like I'm just doing it DIY anyways. That is on my end. I started taking some courses online for computer science. I'm trying to enroll in college and take some classes to get, I want to read all this, to get started in computer sciences, and for a sort of full-time job, I started doing what you do. Yo! Also, Des, please lurk, don't worry. It's lovely to have you. I hope everything is going well with you. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Bandit, congratulations. That is really, really exciting, and I am rooting for you with imaginary pom-poms, but only because I don't yet own actual pom-poms, but someday I will. And then I could root for people like actual with pom-poms. Is this... Are you new completely to computer science, or is this something where you already kind of know the basics and it's more fleshing out your knowledge base? Comp Sci aspiring student type. I feel like we're starting to get a type. Because I think that makes at least 3. Because, Soup, you also do a little bit of the computery sciencey stuff? Question marks? Oh, I do need the shop. We've got money. We could totally make usage of that. This sucks. This is the worst. Why? This shop is the worst. I mean, yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like it most of the time, but I suppose I do have more than the average person. I love it. Because I don't know jack and or shit about computers anymore. It has been many, many years since they made any sense to me. Which is nothing to brag about. Like, please don't take that as bravado. I'm completely new to computer sciences, but I love computers in general, so why not do what I like doing? Solving problems with computers. Because solving problems with computers or making computers do what I want them to do. As for what I am doing for work, I'm starting up. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, like when you said I'm doing what you do, I thought that was like as a more general term of like the things a person does when they're looking for work. Not like what I do. Oh, that is awesome. Very good luck with that. I am going to cross all the toes. I'm crossing a lot of toes tonight. I'm going to have to invest in some extra toes. I don't know where I can find them, but hopefully on discount. Because I don't like have all the money in the world for more toes, but I have a need. A seemingly pressing need for extra toes. Corona says, I don't even know anything about computers, and that's all I use. It's kind of alarming, lol. Do you have room in your boat for me? Because I kind of feel like we're in the same boat. As long as you know what a file, folders, and directories are, and what a file system looks like, you're actually better than most Zoomers. I kinda do? I have a feeling that that's one of those things where it's like, if you put it in those words, I feel like I don't, but I think if you actually like, okay, go find a file on your computer, I could actually do that. Like, if you gave me a task to do, I could probably handle it. It doesn't help that, like, all the shit that I need the computer to do is all in Japanese and can't be set to English, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, I spent all morning trying to figure out how to turn off the drop shadows on Windows because it was slowing down my laptop. And my laptop needs all the help it can get right now. But I couldn't figure out exactly the phrasing, so I didn't know where to find it. That's definitely the most concerning thing I've heard of in terms of computer literacy. Like, Chromebooks have just absolutely ruined the general populace's understanding of computers. I cannot. I don't know if that is a... I don't have any bombs, so nuts to us, I guess. I don't know if that's a function of Windows or just the way that computers are set up for sale in Japan, but it's like anything that is related to the operating system itself, like the Windows stuff itself, it's not. Like, I've searched and I've searched, I've had people look for it for me, and it's like you can get it to display certain things in English, but none of the stuff that's actually really necessary. It's kind of been a long-term issue for me. And I don't know why it's gotta be like this, but it is super duper frustrating. We need bombs. Oh, that sucked. Why? Shit. Now I can't remember where the bombable place was. This is not a bomb game. I have one bomb. I did, but we kind of lucked out because the shop is bordering the secret room, but the one bomb can get me into the secret room, but I need one more bomb to actually get into the shop. Oh, thank you. Now I'm hoping, because we do have like a lot of dosh, that maybe we can turn this shop adventure into something worthwhile? Chaos is fun. Okay. I guess that's what we're doing now. I am excited. Now watch, all of the items that we get through Chaos are going to be bomb related. I'm super glad. I don't know where I picked that word up from, but it has been part of my vernacular for quite a while now. Where would I have picked up Dodge from? I hope it's not Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it certainly could have been. It does seem like something that Spike would say. I'm 99% certain that I picked up Bloody from Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it was something that Spike would say. Oh, that sucks. I know the super secret room is for you, but don't you need a Oh! Now I get what you mean. And you're right, I should have gone to it because I do have a bomb now. And like a completely silly person, I just did not think of it. Because I've got the miner's hat, and the miner's hat reveals super secret room now. Well, I guess it always did that, but Miner's Hat is actually not trashy anymore. It's kind of shocking because not only does it reveal the secret room and the super secret room, but words shouldn't be this difficult. It also reveals like 2 rooms in cardinal directions around where you are right now, so you get to see more of the map more quickly. And although this is relatively rare that it actually helps, it will stop falling rocks, and there are a couple of enemies that will cause rocks to drop on you, and they're always kind of a pain in the ass to dodge, because like you see the drop shadows, but I always kind of find that visual detail gets lost for me really easily. But was it the super big Bumbo boss enemy and Reap Creep will drop rocks? And there's a couple of the enemies in the mines that cause rocks, like regular enemies in the mines that cause rocks to drop. And I hate them because they suck. At least this run is going a little bit faster than the last one. The last one was a little bit slow. Now, where is my shop? Give me like really fun things in the shop. I don't think that's asking a whole lot. I think that's asking precious little, actually.
Tears down.
Always with the shitty pills. Oh, but we've got fake PhD, so we at least get damage bonuses out of it. Love that. Give me more damage, because that was the big problem with the last run. Game, why you gotta be a douche? Like, nobody asked for that game. Nobody was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Risco had to fight Greed? Nobody was saying that. I do not want your stud finder. I care not for your stud finder. Why? Oh, because I got chocolate milk? Oh, I hate that. I hate that for us. You can't be all like ex post facto on that, Kronos. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Sneaking it in there on the side. Shaking my head. You can't see it because I don't have a webcam, but I am in fact shaking my head. I just walked right into those spikes like an asshole. Go me. Love that for us. Now, if I were the boss, I guess I would be very rich and also from New Jersey. But if I were the boss fight, where would I be hiding?
Tears down.
Fuck. False PhD sucks.
Bad trip.
I also have family in New Jersey. I've heard tell of your family in New Jersey, and it sounds kind of nifty. And their close family friend, the Construction King. I remember things sometimes, not always, but sometimes. I hope that your family in Jersey, I hope this doesn't turn out to be like a Sopranos situation. Oh fudge, we're not gonna make boss rush. Gosh darn it. I'm 90% certain the Construction King might be an actual family member. Like, he's like one of the 5 families? I'm glad I guessed right. I kind of had the feeling that that's like where you were going, but if only he was in medical waste, and then he could be just like Tony Soprano. I met him once and he was super shady. I mean, I think uncles are just kind of like that, though. I think every family has one uncle who just is vaguely shady for no reason at all. Like, regardless of whether or not they're actually involved in any shadiness. Let's do the dark path. Do I... You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's just cut the shit out of people. Your mention of having a webcam got me thinking for some reason that, like, what the PS5 is really missing is built-in VTuber support. Huh. I could see it. were VTubers like already kind of a like a culturally known thing at PS5's launch? Because I don't remember when I started hearing about VTubers. I think this sword was perhaps a mistake. I feel like I was mistook. Corone's been around since 2019, I reckon. When was the PS5 release? I think that goes far back to 2017, but steadily ramped up in popularity a year or two later. Okay. November 2020. So Sony should have been on that shit. Sony, get your shit together. Honestly, though, what the fuck is wrong with you, Sony? Honestly, Kronos? Same. It's weird because it's like, I don't know. And again, I have a feeling a lot of this is just where I am in relationship to like where conversations happen, but I don't feel like this current gen has really, like, I don't know if anybody's talking about it. I also have family in Philly and they're cool. The main guy is like an immigration civil rights lawyer. Okay, that's super cool. I find it interesting that you describe like the family situation as this is the main guy. Like I don't think I've ever heard it described that way before. Oh! Chili! Thank you. You be safe at work, please? I mean, just in general, not only at work, but, you know. Gotta be careful out there with all of the weirdos. They only became available for people who aren't robots. Like 2 months back, had a guy in the local game store ask if I was gonna grab one. I do remember. I remember Dez having a lot of trouble getting a PS5. I feel like it was like a whole saga with the scalpers and everything. VTubers have been around since 2014, and Kizuna Ai was there before the big groups. Wasn't Kizuna Ai like... I don't want to say astroturfed, but wasn't that like something NHK was doing? I remember something hinky about Kizuna Ai, but I don't remember what it was. Not NHK, but unlike most characters, since she's just a voice character. Okay. A company owns her and she has like 7 different VA. That feels gross, and I don't know why. Last thing I remember, she dabbled in NFTs extent unknown. Like the Japanese government. Also Bitcoin. That's super gross, but somehow not surprised. Oh, this, I gotta get to the secret room. I just left that on the table. Like I didn't even care. Do I want to fight Hush? The answer is no. Will I fight Hush? The answer is maybe. I, like, really don't know, Alice. Like, I don't get why it's even part of the conversation, but whenever I have to ride on the train, like, I'll see advertisements for some crypto thing or some Bitcoin thing. When my friend showed me a clip of her in her early days, I replied with, "Lol, pretty fun gimmick. It'll probably fall off in like a year." All I'm saying is don't hire me on to be an analyst. I mean, it could be one of those deals where you could do your analysis by the reverse. And also, yeah, Soup, I don't know what they're doing with it now, because I mean, the market's pretty much fallen out completely on NFTs, but there was a bit, like, where the actual Prime Minister was hyping them. Oh my god. Do we want to do R-Key? I think we do. Because it's gonna be just absurd, so why not? We can definitely R-Key. I hated that! Kronos, I hated that so much. That was just
Credit.
very ugly. Still funny that the tBeth guy that was the director on Crisis Core and Final Fantasy 15 is now a Web3 advisor for the Japanese government. Hate to see it. See, what's going to be really funny but would also be completely fucking on brand is if the Japanese government goes all in on, like, Web3 and NFTs, and it just, they completely dry up and disappear. What is it with Square and just awful fucking ideas? It's weird how that works. Oh my god, this was such a mistake. I mean, we could always R-Key out, but if you're gonna do an R-Key run, you kind of want to press it as hard as you can. Is this some Galaxy Brain thing where it's like we finally found a way to stop inflation and we'll just get everyone really into crypto? God. I hope not. Although it's a real freaking problem here right now. We've had, like, the last 2 or 3 months have all seen basic goods price increases. My friend I was hanging out with today, and they do a lot of work with the community center. And one of the things that the community center does is like a food bank. Well, a food pantry. I guess the food banks give them the food and then they distribute it. It's a thing. That's how I met them. Because I needed to be using the food pantry, and it's kind of kept me alive for a while. So hats off there. But they were saying that the number of folks that are using the food pantry has doubled in the last year, and they're up to something like, I think like 150 people, and that might not seem like a lot, but this community center is not large. Like, it's not a big organization, and I think they're getting stretched pretty thin. There's also a housing crisis, yeah, because a lot of assholes bought up. Well, I mean, it's the same thing that has happened everywhere. It's speculative real estate, which you think they would have learned the lesson of the whole bubble years as far as letting a large degree of your economy be based on speculative real estate, but I guess we've got to learn that lesson a second time. But yeah, like, a lot of people got in on real estate as an investment, and in particular, like, whatchamacallits, the apartments that you own, condos, like, getting in on condos and shit like that, mansions, that's what they're called. That was only bad because the Yakuza did it the first time. Yakuza, central government, you know, you say potato, I say potato, and we're both correct. The point, though, the ultimate point here is that, like, things are pretty fucky-wucky over here. So this is not what I would call an optimal time to invest, to introduce a brand new scam into the market and give it the imprimatur of the government. I don't know. There's a lot of just kind of crappy shit going on. Now, one bit of potentially good news. The voting hasn't been decided yet, but they just finished hearings in the Diet to consider revising the gender change law to remove surgery as a requirement. Now, I heard that the protests against that have been not great, pretty ugly, but at the very least there is a possibility that they may. I know I'm softening this language a lot, but I don't want to get my hopes up. But it's not impossible that they change the law. It'd be pretty great for trans folks over here. Which, like, of course it would. Why would I even feel the need to say that? Wow, Chaos is just, like, really been mistreating us, and I kinda hate it. Chaos, why do you gotta be like this? Why do you gotta be a jerk? I'll keep the digits crossed on that. I'm still low-key horrified about the state of things over there you talked about back in the Katamari streams. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. It's one of those things where it's like, you kind of console yourself with, like, well, it could be a lot more aggressive and it could be a lot worse. Because there's places where it is. But it's still pretty bad. So any move in a positive direction would make me really happy. Even if I wouldn't be, in this case, directly benefiting from it, but would just be nice to see. Also, potentially good news, but now I don't know how this works because the Unitarian Church is like an international organization. It's not a Japanese organization, but they are either voting on or have decided to dissolve the Unification Church. Now, I'm not sure if that means, like, just the Japan branch of it, or what, but, like, those guys are really not great, so anything that would kind of reduce some of their political capital here in Japan would be a positive. All my Japanese friends have been like, yeah, this place sucks, but I'll take it over America still. And yeah, like, honestly, it's a thing that I struggle with a lot. Because there is that kind of feeling like, should I be back, like, in America, doing something more active? But also, it's just like a giant mess. That is the one that Shinzo Abe was involved in. I mean, he's the big one because, like, he got his back blown out. But a lot of politicians are involved with it. So they have a pretty large degree of political power here. See, I kind of feel like, Alice, though, that's part of the problem, or at least maybe looking at it from a parochial U.S. standpoint, that I think part of the reason why they've been able to kind of amass the power that they've got is that nobody really took them seriously. You know, they're all mass marriage ceremonies and funny guys with shaved heads and, you know, just a funny little cult. You know, just like a funny little cult. And it's like, not, but actually, kind of a funny little cult that's a big-ass problem. I'm gonna catch that in just a second. Let me kill, cults are so quirky. Ooh woo. And that's like the thing is, like, even when you get cults that are like really dangerous and have caused massive amounts of harm to their members or community, like you look at the Heaven's Gate folks who did the mass suicide back in the 90s, and it was all funny jokes about their sneakers and how that they wanted to get onto a UFO, and it's like, yeah, okay, funny jokes, but like they did all actually kill themselves. So maybe, you know, treating it with a little bit more gravity. Let's see. Alice says, but yeah, they're a South Korean evangelical cult. They just spread to a lot of places thanks to our good friends, the CIA and FBI. Yes, because they are very hardline anti-communist, and the CIA and FBI wanted lots of hardline anti-communists in their pocket here in Asia. See also why the LDP has been in power forever, because CIA helped them kind of smear all their opponents and funded a lot of their shit and hooked them up with folks in the hard right wing that would later become Japanese Yakuza post-war, and it's just all a giant fucking problem. Hey, it's just a little cult. Come on, it's also my birthday. You wouldn't hit the birthday cult, would you? Oh my god. But yeah. I do sometimes kind of feel like that's the mood. LDP was literally literally created by the American government, lol. Pretty, yeah, pretty much. I mean, an LDP-like party would have existed. Because there were definitely folks to staff those roles, local side folks to staff those roles, but they would not have had the degree of generational power that they've had were it not for the CIA. Actually misheard LDP as LBP, and I thought, oh great, there's someone out there sullying Little Big Planet's good name. That's kind of hilarious, though. If LBP turned out to be like a CIA front, I don't know. That would be like that would do a lot to my worldview, and I don't think it would be anything good. Life would officially be just a little bit too weird. It's the same thing America did with Italy and the Christian Democratic Party that ruled Italy for a long time. And I caught your point earlier about the fusing of the two powers, the fusing of the two parties. And yes, the fusing of the two parties here that is connected to the point about Italy. I would very much like to be able to, like, talk sensibly. I feel like that's not asking a lot. Oh god! Oh no! Oh my god! Ah! I hit the button like a moment too slowly. I actually died holding the R key. Ah, the shame. Like, I feel washed in shame. Like, I feel like I can't even shower off the shame. I gotta get like a paint scraper. That is the worst. That's the worst I've died ever. I don't think I ever died that badly, like, when I was recording videos for Isaac. Rest in pepperoni. How do you, like, you have an item that just resets back to the first floor with all of your items that you've already picked up and lets you just start over from scratch, but not from scratch because you're at the power level that you were when you used the R key. And I was like, okay, well, if we get to 1 heart, gotta hit the R key because I don't want to die in this run. Hidunda, please get your rest. You need that beauty sleep so that you can continue being your beautiful self on the inside. I imagine also on the outside, but like, I don't want to tie your value to your external beauty. Gungeon clone but manual. Yes! That's an extremely good way to put it, Kronos. R-key is actually a lot of fun, and it's really, really useful when you're gunning for unlocks, because you can do like a run down the light side path, and just complete everything on that path, hit R-key, and then go down the dark side path and complete everything on that path, and you can get like a pretty substantial number of unlocks on a character in a single run. Yeah, it sucked. I saw us taking the first heart of damage, and I was like, gotta hit it, because I know those enemies, they spawn the lasers when they die, they spawn the blood vomit, and I just didn't do it quick enough. Going back to an earlier topic, my family in America have said to me, you're young. We could maybe get a visa for you. Would you like to work in America? And like, Portugal sucks often, but I'm not moving there. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, it is a shame because looking on a macro scale, and there is a lot, volumes, libraries of critiques to be made about America and American culture and the impact that we've had on the world and foreign policy, and just like, you throw a dart at a dartboard and you'll find a topic that there are very legitimate grievances about the United States. But, like, there's a fair amount of good there as well, like legitimately good stuff. There's a lot of really good stuff in American culture that's generally not done by white folks, that often doesn't get the spotlight that it deserves because white American culture tends to be the dominant, view of it externally. There's a lot of really super cool places, like places I'd love to go back to, I'd love to visit. There's interesting groups and community and art that's being made, and like, there are things that I could say that I miss about the US, or opportunities that I had in the US that I just like really don't have here. But like, even with all of that, it's just like the situation is so extremely fucky right now that I couldn't imagine going back, and I am a citizen. Like, I would have the easiest time to go back. But for somebody to move to the US from overseas, like, unless your situation right now in your country is just absolutely fucking dire, in which case, like, best of luck to you. No, I couldn't in good faith tell anybody to move to the US right now. But I am going to take like a really quick break because we are at the 2 hour point and I fucked up that run. Oh my god, just the shame of that is so much. So I'm gonna take my break, have a stretch. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. Do I not have smokes? Because that's not gonna fly. Oh, thank entropy. Us! Squishy! Lovely to see you! It's a Risu zone. I had to get, like, Rod Sterling now, and he's dead, so, like, his speaking fees are going to be either extremely high or maybe my eternal soul? I'm not entirely sure. God, if only Rod Sterling was still alive. Wait, is it Sterling or Serling? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. It's Serling! There's no T in there! Secret trans woman, Rod Serling, with no T. Hope you're doing well tonight, Squishy. It's been it's been ups and downs and roundabouts on Isaac, that's for sure. We've only got about a half an hour, so greed mode? The greed mode is kind of sucky. Isaac's being Isaac. Well, this was definitely a me being me. I did a misplay and I didn't react quickly enough to it and blew a just really fantastically good run. So I got no one to blame but myself, and that's why it really hurts. Tom York has got my number, apparently. Yeah, it was a silly ass death. But that's okay. That happens. I shouldn't have taken the sword. I think that was probably the key mistake in that run. Because we had to get way too close to things to actually do damage, because our range was for shit. And so I ate a lot of damage that I shouldn't have eaten, so that by the time I got to the dark room, just didn't quite have what was necessary to pull off the win. But you know, you see like a big honking sword and you're just kind of like, you gotta though. I was gonna say I'm a thirsty sword lesbian, but I'm not like really thirsty, and swords aren't honestly my thing, but you still kinda gotta. It's a sword. Crowbars for me, honestly though, I know how a crowbar works. I kind of feel like you need to have some kind of skill to actually get a sword to do what you need it to do. You can't just be flailing it at things. You could take off your own arm, and that would be, you would look really silly. You'd be like, look at this, I ain't got no arm no more. Go me. I don't know, like my brain completely stopped. It's like, oh. Words.exe ended for the night. Wow. Why is it gotta be like that? Brain meets, like, you ain't gotta do me like that. We're supposed to be a team. We're supposed to be partners in crime. Brains be braining, they do though. I have to say, like, my brain meets have been better these last 2 months, and I can't like really complain about it, but it's weird because like a lot of my, what would Hive call it? Maladaptive behaviors? Maladaptive thought processes? Like, they're not gone, because they're patterns that I have to put work into to break, but some of the extremes of them are a lot less. Like, I haven't had, I don't want to jinx myself, but like, I haven't had any issues with like serious ideation in 2 months. Like, sometimes I have thoughts, but like there isn't that kind of feeling of inevitability behind them anymore. Yes, like, it's a huge change, and I feel like it leaves me with a better base to kind of deal with some of the other issues, because they're still there. And this week's been kind of like a lot. Kronos says, oh god, I just realized it's October. I need to draw something to fill the October slot. You got this, Kronos! It's... thank you. Like, I do appreciate it. It's just kind of one of those... I don't even know, because it's gone on for so long that I don't know what it was like beforehand. So I'm just glad to have it where it is now. The more stable base has gone on long enough that I, again, don't want to jinx anything, but I feel like maybe I can think like this is gonna be the new normal, or at least the new baseline, and like, I'll take that. I can fuck with that. What is Kronos, do you have a a theme or an image for your October slot? Are you gonna do something a little bit like Halloween-y? You can't be giving me Isaac's Jar of Tears. Or butt bombs. Wow, game. Wow. Wow, though. How can you just come out and be like this? I bought Birthright specifically so I didn't get junk items anymore. That's the whole point. Isaac's Jar of Tears. What is this bullshit? I tried doing Halloween-y things last year, and the month was over, so I scrapped it. Oh no! No! I want to see your spoopy drawings. I want to see your monstros. Your ghoulies. Perhaps you could do a ghoulie. you could do like one of your normal characters, but in the style of John Carpenter's The Thing. Oh, I did not see the poster. I did notice that you had like the levels that you had put up today were all kind of in that horror movie theme. So I figured that there was something Halloween-y going on. Also, by the way, that the creator that did that Saw level, they went and chose that as a username, because that was kind of a fucking lot. I was a little bit surprised. But poor Baby Plum. Honestly though, Squishy, Baby Plum is... I don't know if Baby Plum or Little Horn is like the cutest... I was gonna say item. The cutest boss in the game, but they're absolutely darling. Crow says, I also wanted to try my hand at Inktober, but it's already the 2nd. It's too late for that. You know, I'm gonna hopefully not overstep any boundaries, but I would like to give you a touch of advice, even though I have the feeling that you probably don't actually need it. But like, you don't like have to do every day of Inktober. Like, you could just take the prompts that you like. That's an acceptable way to go about things. And anybody who tells you that it's not, you could just tell them that they're full of poop. Baby Plum is the cutest because you can just leave it alone and it goes away. And not only does it go away, but it waves at you. Like, it waves goodbye, and then it just kind of poops off, and it's adorable. It's absolutely fucking adorable. Oh, yo! Oh, this is nice. Did you... Wait, you got video. I'm gonna have to watch that video before I ask if you did that in LVP, because it probably answers the question. That is a good promotional. Oh God, musical words. Thing, dealy, poster. Yes. Is it okay if I share this time-lapse video with the chat, or would you rather that I did not? Of course, okay. Copy link. Because I wasn't sure if this was, if it was an unlisted video or not. Folks, feast your eyes on the wonder that is the October LBP. I want to say FLCL, and it's not. It's CLFL. Spooktakularization? Spoopization? Creep show. That works. The LBP creep show. I didn't realize I was doing October recordings until I was already like a week through October. And in fact, actually, now that I think of it, 2 weeks through October, so... Oh! There's gonna be like 1 week that's almost completely logic. Because I recorded the LBPC logic pack. They're 4 levels. Which are great, by the way. Love them. They are fantastic. I'd have liked to do an LBP, but I still have no clue how to do create mode stuff, so it's just regular old Blender. I wonder... would... Because I know that we do a lot of create mode, but I also know that when we do create mode in the streams, it's not really from a standpoint of teaching, but it's just kind of like doing whatever shit that I'm working on at the moment. Would you like for me to do like a bit of how I set up like scenes in create mode? Would that be something that you would find helpful? Because I could totally do something like that. I don't know if I've thought about it in a formalized sense, but that might not be a bad exercise for me anyways, to think about how I would explain my process to folks. My process. I make it sound like so fancy. Oh fuck! Oh, we almost died! Oh! 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 That was almost a lot. I almost hated everything about that. We are still in the game though. That would be cool as like a side thing on your channel, but it's not needed per se. It's more just that I haven't had time to look at even just the in-game tutorials, let alone advanced logic and stuff. Just meat space getting in the way. That's a super huge mood. I was thinking more of just kind of like during a stream, like maybe a brief overview. I hadn't thought about doing it as like an actual video thing, although that would also be a thing with value. That would be something I could put some thought into. I've done some tutorial stuff, but it's been very piecemeal, like the tutorial work that I've done. Oh god, oh god. Need to be playing better. The in-game tutorials, by the way, are pretty pants. And not the good kind of pants. Not like the cool kind of pants. They're the bad kind of pants. A lot of the tutorials are just videos that you need to be online to watch, which is a whole kind of choice. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kronos, they're terrible. I feel so bad for whatever intern they got to like do all the reading, because he just does not seem present at all. No. I've got bombs. Why am I even fucking around with that? Does that mean I genuinely be better off looking at the LBP tutorials and then guessing for the rest? Maybe? Like, there's the Puppet Academy in LBP3, which is kind of like a tutorial campaign that goes through the real basic stuff. So you're not like completely bereft of hands-on practice, but it's also like using the, I forget what the tool is, like the Puppet power-up in a level, like while you're playing, and it's an interesting idea, but I don't think it's pulled off particularly well. But like the tutorials that they've got in that giant list, like there's, you know how they've got like that list of like 150 tutorials? The majority of them are just crappy videos. Like they're really bad. I mean, Kronos does have an idea, and it's not without merit, that like we could probably field a lot of questions, but I can understand if you wanted, you know, something that you could actually sit down and chew on. There are like Comp4MC's LBP tutorials are still pretty relevant. Some of the techniques that Comp4 shows aren't really necessary anymore, and some of them have been superseded by changes in how certain logic bits work. But there's a lot of good ideas about how basic things work in his videos. But I was thinking, like, with you saying, like, watching the LBP2 tutorials, and I don't know if I've seen all that many tutorials, like, on YouTube about just straight-up level design. I want to be able to do this. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But I mean, the A side is something that I definitely understand, but I would like to address the B side, because I think that asking those basic questions can really be helpful for me too, because there's stuff I've gone back recently. I've been on this whole thing about I want to do a level that's using almost only LBP1 era logic, and kind of, you know, thinking about how this stuff works. And I've had to go back over basics of a lot of stuff that I just never really played around with settings on before, because I hadn't needed to, or there were things that I could get that effect to work through different types of logic in LBP, and I'd never considered like how you could get that done just with the piston, or like just with the emitter. So sometimes those basic questions are honestly really, really useful. So please don't feel bad about that at any point. I would just go into chapter and verse because I would do that anyways. Like, honestly, just the fact that it would give me a topic to talk about sometimes would be pretty useful. Sometimes I'm not sure, like, what to talk about. Like, oh, thank God, somebody asked a question. I have something to say now. Oh. This run is like so good I can't complain, and yet I kind of feel like I want to. Also, somebody is making ham somewhere close to my house, because I can very strongly smell ham. And I kind of want ham now? And that's not fair. It's like 10:45 at night. I'm not gonna be getting ham anywhere. I don't know how people can be out and doing that. Teasing me with their ham. Nope. Okay, I think I legitimately can't complain about this run anymore. Don't you have 24-hour 7-Elevens? I mean, we do, but one that would require me leaving the house, which I just don't want to. But I do like also have work tomorrow, so I kind of have to go to bed pretty close to after stream. But like the ham that I'm smelling smells like somebody's like home cooked stuff. And the 7-Eleven stuff is definitely not that. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. Why? Oh my god. This is so bad. Oh fuck. Oh god, this is such an awful run. Like it keeps on giving me little mini heart attacks and I hate it. What was Crown saying? A sizable portion of my life on Earth was spent on LBP, and I'm just waiting for people to ask me about LBP things without me doing anything. Like, that's a total mood, Kronos. That's a no-joke mood right there. I don't want either of those. And they still gave me a tears up. Wait, hold on a second. I gotta... Wait. Teasing me with their ham, are you, can get butt though. Oh my god. I'm guessing going out late at night is not usually the best idea. From a safety standpoint, like it's, especially in my neighborhood, it's not a bad, it's like, it's a fine idea, it's safe. But, like, I would actually have to go out, and that just, I don't wanna, Mom. I don't wanna go out. I'm comfy. I'm in my walnut pie shirt, which is like very rapidly becoming not a shirt anymore. Because the material is super duper cheap and it's just wearing to pieces. I know it'll literally never ever happen on... Oh, fudge. Wait, what did I miss? I know it'll literally never ever happen on my end over here in Meat Space, but I'll wait nonetheless. You know, I mean, Kronos, you could be at a convention and have some LBP merch on you, and somebody could see that and be like, oh, yo, my childhood. And I'm not even joking about that. That's like actually a possibility. So don't give up hope is what I'm saying. Every time I went out at night, it's been super safe, besides a couple of weirdos. No one's there usually. Cause it's 4 AM. You can definitely get some form of ham at 4 AM in Japan. That would not be a problem. But again, it's just the going out and getting it. Okay, Kronos, if you think you can answer this before the end of stream, how would I set up an endless runner-style infinite platforming train generation, but vertically, i.e. an infinite tower made up of little handcrafted platforming challenges, plus it has to slowly sink down into a death plane? I think you could do that pretty easily by modifying ConforMC's parallax scroller. You'd have to play around with the movers a little bit so that the speed isn't fucky. I'm gonna just shut my mouth because this is Kronos' question and this is Kronos' time to shine. Kronos, by all means, please shine. Oh my god! My favorite book from 21 different extreme horror and splatterpunk authors. If the bridge is not on this fucking list, I'm gonna riot. Splatploitation. What a channel name. I got my eye on you, Splatploitation. You better come through. If you ain't gonna hook me up with the bridge, which is clearly the best splatterpunk book ever. Wait, I gotta read this answer. This is gonna be amazing. First, have a block template. Have several blocks and add obstacles in all of them. Okay. Step 1. Oh shit, we missed boss rush. These blocks will have a mover that goes downwards from an emitter. I assume this is randomized, so make sure your obstacles start and end in the same position with each other, preferably the center. Okay? Now, if you leave it as it is, there will inevitably be a gap between blocks. I'm like taking mental notes here as well. Shamelessly so. Oh shit. We only got 8 minutes to beat this run. Okay, we're gonna have to rush. Sad bombs, sure, love them. I wonder if we could. I mean, if we got really lucky with map layouts, we might actually be able to beat the run in 7 minutes. Or like we could also die. That would be a possibility. What you could do is include small pegs to fit the blocks closer together. It's hard to describe, but you know, I'm probably not gonna be able to read this as you're talking if I want to try to speedrun this. But I appreciate that you've worked pegging into the conversation. I feel like it doesn't get enough love. Alright, we're not stopping for nothing. We're gonna speed through. Gonna stab everything. Everything gets stabbed. Kronos does really good diagrams, by the way. If you haven't seen one of Chromos's, I hate that. Sorry about that. Hate it. If you haven't seen one of Kronos' diagrams, they're actually really quite good. Wait, clearly we do not talk. We do not run in the same circles. That is like all of the people I follow want to talk about. I mean, yeah, honestly, mine too, but it was a funny joke and I ran with it. Well, not since, like, Musk got rid of them. There ain't no more circles on the Twitters. Oh, fuck yeah, let's just take 9 lives. No. Alright, we're not doing any special rooms as much as I would love to do that boss rush room. Now we do need to remember that we are going up and not down. Like a, I don't know, a quark or a neutrino or something? One of those things, a muon. Oh fudge! Oh wait, no, but we got 9 lives, so what am I even worried about? And granted, I don't want to lose the perfection, but... I mean, the trinket that I have is called perfection. Oh, for fuck's sakes, where's the boss? See, it's... Oh shit, that's right, we got sad bombs. Oh my god, like... Goodbye, Mom. Okay, I clearly thought that those were going to have a better effect than they did. And I'm kind of pissed about that. Oh shit. Can't see anything. Can't see anything! For the record, I was explaining on the assumption that you had basically 0 knowledge create mode. It probably could have been better, but I notice I write worse the longer I type. It's a thing, yo. I thought your explanation was pretty good. I have often struggled when I've done parallax effects. I've often struggled with that silly gap. I know that Confer's got a way in his video of getting rid of it, and I've never gotten the method to work. Like, he does a thing with increasing and decreasing speeds, like, on the fly, and having, when the bits are emitted, I got one last level, but it is possible. Not if I keep on running into silly-ass rooms like this. We could conceivably beat this in 1 minute. Or at the very least, quite close to it. I do not need Lemon Party. God, I can't kill the poops! Sure, I don't even know what rubber cement does for us. Why has it gotta be a dead end every fucking time? Why you gotta be like this, game? Why can't you be cool? Like your mom. I don't know why I don't know even what that would mean, but it seemed funny to say, and then I said it. Oh shit, money equals power? Angry fly? Yes, we will take both of these. Chemical peel? Love it. Sure, whatever. Stab! No, don't go back! Why are you going back? You have no time, you can't go back for things. Oh shit. Fuck. Hate it! Hate it! Oh! Right! We've got the super exploding death beams. No, I don't need that! Oh fudge! We were so close! Game! Seriously though, you gotta give me a dead end every single room? You gotta do me like this? every path. The most tragic part of demo is that the available stages were warm-up. I had so many things planned for stage 4. Yo! I would have loved to have seen what you could have pulled off. Because what you already had was quite a lot. Like, you did a pretty gosh darn amazing job. Alright, we're gonna step on him. We're gonna hit him with laser beams. Oh, bombs. Right, don't forget the bombs. Yo! That was we went from the depths to clear the chest in 8 minutes. That's pretty good. We could have done that a lot quicker. I went back for some stuff that I probably could have left because we had the run. As far as items, we had the run beat by the time we got to Cathedral, the run was pretty much beat. Yeah, basically I just wanted to see how fast I could finish the run since we were getting so close to the 3-hour mark. And when you're kind of just, you know, fiddling around, it's easy for runs to get pretty long. But we had an immensely powerful build, so I would have been surprised if it had taken us too much longer than that, even if we hadn't been rushing. But we are at the 3-hour point, and I am gonna have to start to put a ribbon on things. So, Administrata, I have no idea what we're gonna do Thursday. Maybe Dead Cells? I guess Dead Cells is the strongest contender. I was kind of thinking of Assault Android Cactus, but I don't know. I mean, I love the game, it's a lot of fun, but we've run that game a lot of times, and it never changes. I mean, it's not supposed to, it's not a roguelike, but I kind of feel like, you know, we do the same stages every time. But we'll think of something really quick. I'm sure there's something I could pull out. Friday will be LBP, as always, and if my folks get me that PSN card, which they were supposed to do last week, and I'm afraid to kind of push them on because it's it's going out of the way to do something, but if they get us the PS card on Monday, we will have Siren. Risk of Rain 2 is Gearbox one of the struck companies? Because I'm pretty sure that the SAG strike has gone through. Hold on, I got a quick peep because Hive did send me the link. SAG-AFTRA has confirmed that talks with video game producers have now ended without a deal as... Well, okay, so they're still saying potential strike. I guess they haven't called the strike yet. But I'm gonna have to go back through the... Well, the writer's strike, I think, has finished. Like, the one that was affecting, like, movies and stuff, that one's done. This is a new strike where, like, the VAs, the voice actors that also are through SAG, are striking. So there's a list of, like, 6 pretty big studios that are on the strike list. That's why we were rushing through Spider-Man, because Insomniac is on the list. And I think Gearbox may be on there via another company. WGA is done. SAG is still going. The VG strike hasn't happened yet, but it's most likely going to, and if I recall correctly, Gearbox was not named. Okay, but like, who's Gearbox's holding company? The recent super assholes that are shutting everybody down. Embracer? Isn't Embracer on the list? I'll have to check, but potentially Risk of Rain 2 could be something that we do Thursday. But we'll get that sorted out, and we'll figure out a path forward for stuff like that. It shouldn't affect us too much. I don't think we really run a lot of games that overlap with those companies. Right. I gotta put a ribbon on it. I had a wonderful night. This was very nice cap to a very nice day after a very stressful yesterday, so I'm definitely happy about that. I will ask you all, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourselves out there in meat space. Try to get at least one meal a day in, even if it's not great food, just to have something in your belly. Make sure that you're getting all the waters and fluids that you need, or your body will turn into a mummy like me, and you don't want that to happen. If you got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as possible, which I need to make a note that morning is Spiro time, so I don't forget, and then forget that I've forgotten, and then take double doses. But most importantly, please do remember that you are loved, you are important. There are a lot of people out there that are rooting for you, that want you to have your best life, that want you to be happy, that want you to be safe. I am one of those people, but I am only one of those people, and there are a lot more. But that pretty much does it for us here at This Go About. So from me, Isko, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.